Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the hidden cost of young adult substance use. This article caught my eye for two reasons. One, because of the nature of what this is about, and two, because this article actually comes from my alma mater, which is the University of Michigan. So I thought it would only be appropriate to share this with you. And I will put a link to this article in the description for the video. Young adults who heavily use substances may report significantly poorer memory decades later, a new University of Michigan study suggests. Substance use has both acute and long-term effects on health and well-being, said Megan Patrick, research professor at the Institute for Social Research and principal investigator of the Monitoring Future longitudinal panel study. Poor memory is a common sign of early dementia. We examined whether young adult substance use was associated with poor memory decades later in midlife. Young adulthood is a critical period for brain development. The study shows that substance use patterns established during this period may have lasting consequences on memory and cognitive health much later in life. This is why when I talk about specifically marijuana, I say to you, it's that I don't think anybody under 25 should be using it. I just don't, because the brain is still forming, right? This is the development time for the brain, and you're putting this really dangerous, substance into the brain. And that includes marijuana, that includes kratom, and frankly, drinking too much can also have detrimental effects. And, I've taken quite a bit of flack for my positions on this, but, I live in the real world, and that real world is speaking to mums and dads from all over the country, thousands of them. And I see what's going on here. And I think this study done by the University of Michigan just confirms that. The results suggest different substances may be associated with later memory through different routes, some through substance use disorder symptoms and others more directly. For example, binge drinking and frequent cannabis use in young adulthood were not directly linked with reporting poor memory in later life. Instead, they increased the risk of developing substance use disorders for people in their 30s, and those disorders were linked to poorer memory later in life. So the point is that the damage doesn't show up right away, it shows up years later. That's the point. Cigarette smoking showed a different pattern. Daily smoking in young adulthood predicted poorer memory in early midlife, regardless of smoking habits at age 35. These findings highlight the need to prevent smoking early in life. Prevention and intervention efforts targeting young adults could significantly benefit long-term brain health. Okay, I'll let you read this for yourself, but you get the point I'm trying to make. These substances, alcohol, weed, kratom, these other opioids that are out there, they're just doing damage. And you can insult me all you like. Not everybody's been insulting, but a number of people have been insulting me, calling me a party pooper and some other types of things that are somewhat derogatory. But truthfully, I don't care. You can insult me all you want. My position stays the same. Certainly when it comes to kratom and marijuana, I don't think anybody should be touching it under 25. I was a child of the 80s growing up in England. Okay, I had lots of friends who used marijuana, and I'll be honest with you, I did not see any issues with it being legalized, because I didn't realize that the marijuana of today is not the marijuana of the 80s. It is significantly more potent, it's more dangerous, and it's more damaging. And I can't tell you how many marijuana-induced psychosis cases that we see come into the office. And these are very difficult cases from a clinical perspective, which also makes them challenging from a legal perspective. And so if you're a family out there and you're dealing with these issues, let me know. Call the office. Let's talk about what options may or may not be available to you. If there's an issue going on in your family and I haven't made a video, let me know. I'll make you a video, because if it's affecting your family, it's probably affecting somebody else's. And I want you to get the information that you need so you can make a decision, and you get the information you need. Not what you find on Google, not what you find on ChatGPT. Real information based on real phone calls, real cases. That's what I'm giving you. So with that said, if you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want more of this content that I make for you on a daily basis, please subscribe to the channel. And with that said, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.